And we're back for more of Alex being uncertain what episode we're on.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. And obviously I can't really see that from here.
I can see that from here, and I'm wearing glasses.
Well, you're also sitting at a better angle to see it. Like, I can make it out if I kind of focus on it, but it's like... It looks anti-aliased as fuck right now to me.
It looks anti-aliased as fuck to me, too, but I can still read it. And
I have to squint.
We're sitting 2 feet apart.
Also, I've been playing Zelda all day, and that game has a lot of bloom.
Ah, so your retinas are fried.
Yes, basically. The worst.
It's also maybe kind of possible you might need glasses, but whatever.
Probably not. I hope not. I don't want to have to go fucking learn how to buy glasses.
It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, I'm not gonna lie.
That too.
Pro tip on that note, if you are not at all concerned about your glasses getting broken by impacts, stick with glass lenses. Polycarbonate lenses scratch if you look at them funny. It's terrible.
Pull the levers. All 3 of them. These were in fact all the correct levers. I like how this game has those moments where it has a unique camera angle for the first time you go in through someplace. For no discernible reason.
You're alive!
Of course I'm alive.
What do you mean, of course?
There's something big going down, and I don't think we're part of the equation.
I have to get you out of here. Ugh, it won't open. Wait, I'll be back to get you out.
Okay. No sightseeing, though.
I've seen all there is to see here, but thanks.
Yeah, we've seen enough zombies and mutant frogs and human fly embryos to last us a lifetime.
And cadavers. Actual dead bodies.
That too.
Yeah, I don't think in such a situation I would have a snarky one-liner. I'd just be like, please hurry.
Yeah, me too.
Would prefer not to be in this dingy cell for longer than I need to be.
Already been in this dingy cell longer than I need to be.
And depending on how fast you play the game, that could be, like, less than 3 hours, which is not so bad as far as being locked in dingy cells goes, but... I still like the, of course I'm alive. It's like, I really had no reason to believe that you were, but you know...
It's not as if we've seen you since, we got here. Eons and eons ago.
Literally the beginning of the game was the last time we saw you. I'm not sure how we lost you on our straight shot to a mansion, but hey,
Yeah. That is actually kind of stupid now that I think about it. They were together running toward the house, and then all of a sudden we get split up right outside the door, and Chris disappears, and...
Or if you're playing as Chris, Jill disappears.
Yeah. Doesn't
well, actually, no, Barry disappears, I'm sorry. The Barry Fairy flies off and does his own thing.
Yeah, it's silly.
I would have thought that for remake they would have just shown how the fuck both Rebecca and Barry come out of this alive.
Apparently that was hoping for too much.
Other than, like, they do, saying they do later on.
I forget, where did we learn that Rebecca's been for the last, 15 years?
She's gonna show up in the next CG movie.
Ah.
And I think I don't know if it was as a lead-up or they just kind of said it at some point, but She joined the BSAA with Jill and Chris, which fair if you think about it.
Yeah. Wasn't she a teacher or something for a while?
She's undercover being a teacher, trying to find somebody, some student's dad who is probably selling BOWs. Or messing with viruses. And that's a no-no.
I mean, who isn't pulling that shit in this series?
Most people, really.
Jill,
Barry,
you could have at least waited up for me, you know?
let's go.
Let's go get this last betrayal over with, Barry.
Nah, not Barry. He's a stand-up guy.
I'd be like, why don't you stand in front of me, Barry? You go first. I'll let you take point.
To be fair, that would be a wise decision at this point. Because, you know, despite being such a stand-up guy, Barry has been acting a little bit shady since we got here. Just a smidgen.
Yeah, that whole ditching us in the caves to die.
And the whole, you know, pointing his gun at Jill's head thing.
Wesker!
Ah,
God
not
damn it, Barry.
again,
Well,
Barry.
what do you know?
Oh, don't blame Barry for everything.
I do.
I hear that his better half and 2 lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You know, heard that from a little bird wearing sunglasses in a laboratory.
You're pathetic.
Well, you shouldn't worry too much, dear. You'll be free of all this anyway.
Why eliminate stars?
Believe it or not, that's Umbrella's intention.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Smart girl.
But
But I
incorrect.
think you misunderstand me. The things you mention are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Oh, you mean like above
Barry.
ground, or...
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
You and Umbrella took his family. You bastard.
Nice sound effect.
Stock
Umbrella.
sound effects.
Well, I used some carrots and sticks to cow him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used Barry for my personal interests. Though both you and Barry seem to think I was following Umbrella's orders.
Which I kind of was.
What? What are you planning?
I guess it's time for show and tell.
You know, this is like 17,000 times better than the original Resident Evil, but it's still kind of nonsensical.
Yeah.
The dialogue is a little bit stilted.
Well, I mean, the dialogue itself is fine. It's just how they're reading it that's kind of stilted.
Yes, it's stilted, and the translation doesn't entirely make sense.
Magnificent.
For the sake of this thing.
Also, I'm standing now.
You know, I hate goodbyes.
So instead, I'll say hello.
See, I knew Barry would help out in the end.
Barry!
I mean, literally, I knew because I played this game many times, but...
No, you're not to blame. It's Umbrella and Wesker.
Even if it meant my family, I couldn't bear turning my back on my friends again.
I'm still alive, by the way.
Shit!
That's why you aim for the head, Barry, once he's down.
Would like to get out of the tank. Huh, I should have done that in the first place.
Damn it!
I jest. Cops are trained to aim for body shots because that's, you know, the center of mass and therefore more likely to hit your target.
Hell.
You want a piece of me?
No, I'm gonna kill Wesker first.
Premature.
Wow, rude.
Ouch.
No, Barry!
There should have been a comma there, I think.
Cultured freak.
Wow, excuse you?
Well, that was quick.
That's just a hint of what's coming. Get used to that feeling, Tyrant.
Barry! Barry! You're okay.
Jill, sorry. That was careless of me.
Well, you did fucking run right at it.
He's gone.
First, let's just get out of here.
He moves pretty quick for a guy who's, bleeding out.
Well, he didn't get stabbed this time. He just got slapped in the face, I guess.
Well, yeah, but, Barry shot him in the chest with a .44 Magnum.
The shoulder, it looked like.
Eh.
He did grab his arm. Well, there's no emergency, other than the fact that,
We're still here.
I suppose there is the fact that a tyrant is loose.
Yeah, but certainly the tyrant is dead. There's no way it could have survived that single rocket that you laid waste to it with, right?
Well... I wonder... I'm actually kind of curious if I could have just unlocked the door and left, but I don't think so.
Wesker must have set it off. Let's hurry.
The funny thing is that now there's a continuity snarl with Wesker's whole getting superpowers thing.
Explain.
Well, the whole thing with that whatever virus thing that Birkin gave Wesker, he was supposed to take when he was on the verge of death. And not really on the verge of death. He got slapped, well, backhanded by, admittedly, the claw hand of the tyrant, but as opposed to every other depiction of the event being him getting stabbed, eviscerated.
And therefore, it would make more sense for Barry to have shot him in the chest.
I mean, canonically, Umbrella Chronicles shows him with a big fucking hole. Well, not really a hole, but a very obvious wound in his stomach and back. As he does that cool looking over the shoulder pose, standing on some train tracks.
So clearly Capcom really just does not care about continuity.
Well, granted, Umbrella Chronicles came out after that.
Jill,
Sorry about the wait.
so everything's taken care
The
of?
door was unlocked.
Well, almost. Now let's get the hell out of here.
Wait, was there a phone in there?
Maybe?
It looked like there was like a phone and some buttons. Where did you get a gun, Chris?
Where did he get a gun?
Spoilers, have been armed the whole time. That's actually kind of neat that it's showing that from the security camera. A dried up commode. Ugh, gross. I think if Wesker dumped me in that cell, I would have been like, I would have taken one look at that bed and commode and be like, I'll stand, thanks.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Granted, I think Jill has been through worse at this point.
Or I'd take off my bulletproof vest that is apparently made of like wet tissue
Come
paper
on,
and
let's go.
sit on that instead.
Yeah.
I like how they let Chris travel with you for one whole screen before he runs off on his own. Why? Because. Reasons.
It would be too much work to animate him running along with you.
Even though he has his own set of animations and... Why am I looking at the map? I know where the fuck to go. Why you do this, Alex? Killing me, Smalls. Apparently they didn't outsource this lady for the voice. Lady doing the announcements. Unlike the Aqua Ring.
Come on, hurry!
Why don't you have a gun now? I like how Chris's gun appears and disappears.
Well, we were just discussing Capcom and consistency.
Don't worry, Joe. I'll help with my invisible gun.
This is Brad. I'm running out of fuel. If there's anyone alive, contact me now or just give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
How did that signal even reach her in this underground bunker?
I don't know. They are, like, right at the elevator that goes straight up from there. Maybe the signals are getting through easier from the elevator shaft.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, just put that in there. It works.
Hell is that?
A high-powered battery.
Damn it! We're almost there! Jill, you just get in contact with Brad.
No!
We can make it. Jill, ladies first.
Wow, really, Chris?
Would you let me have my moments too?
I have been locked in this cell for literally the entire game. Let me shoot something.
Jill just like, God, holy shit, that was sexist, but you know, whatever. Who says chivalry is dead?
You're the one that came to work in a tube top and a miniskirt.
Yeah, I guess, actually, no, I'm not gonna make that joke. I think I'll just, you know, leaving the signal flares just sitting there.
I mean, where else would they be?
Why do they make you pick them up? They could have just had them sitting there in the middle of the helipad anyway. Hi, it's us, you know.
Jill!
You made it.
We were literally just downstairs.
Oh, hey, it's that thing that I said wouldn't happen. Except it happened.
I like the implied, like, ability to fucking leap super high that never shows up again. Nope! Okay, well, you know.
Was that you firing that?
Yes.
From the infinite ammo launcher?
Yes. It seems really pointless for it to deflect the first shot, but
Yeah.
if it was the infinite launcher, I would have been like, yeah, it blows up. Because, I mean, it's not like you're going to stop shooting.
That was so disjointed.
I guess we're kind of like a couple now. I sure hope Brad doesn't die in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Brad just like, come on, I'm sitting right here, guys. Where I have been for like the last couple hours. You know, thinking about it, how long can a helicopter typically fly for on a full tank?
Depends on the helicopter.
Because I was going to say, I mean, Brad was flying around for a few hours.
There are many different models of helicopter.
No, there's only two. There's attack helicopter and regular civilian. Well, actually, no, three. Regular helicopter, attack helicopter, and those cargo helicopters.
Well, this was a regular helicopter, so I am just going to take a stab in the dark and say it's probably got about a 250-mile range.
Brad just fucking flying circles around the mansion like do. At any point, he could have landed on that helipad.
Do you really think he was going to risk setting that thing down and getting eaten by zombie dogs or a tyrant or something?
He didn't know they were there.
He didn't know they weren't there.
He didn't know what was going on at all, really. But
Exactly, which is why setting down would have been reckless and dangerous.
I would have probably, like, put in a call to HQ and be like, what the hell should I do? Everybody's gone. But nothing about what happened. This whole night really makes much sense.
Very true. It's all kind of a blurry clusterfuck, really.
That's just how the credits look.
Oh. Compression?
I think they just do that by default or something. I don't know.
Mm.
The text looks pretty okay.
Jill, you did a fine job.
Took me 5.5 hours.
Thanks, Wesker.
I did do a fine job. I killed everything. Except for those last 2 chimeras.
Invisible... oh my Christ. Why would you even want to play that?
I don't know, really. Why would you want to play one dangerous zombie mode?
That's also a good question.
Because when you play invisible mode, guess who is also invisible?
The zombie with the grenades?
Yep, Forrest. So I'm not going to say it because if you do, every subsequent game is one dangerous zombie mode. And we're not going to do that.
Really?
Yes. That's dumb, I know. I agree. Next time on Radical Bromance.
Something else.